So I went on vacation last week. If you guys didn't know, it was my birthday last week. I turned a big old 3-0. That's what I did. I turned 30. Yeah, I know to some of you I'm a decrepit old man. So I get it. The unk status, the hag status, you know how it is, how it be. Did I have fun? Yeah, had a blast. I was very worried about saying where I was going. Kim, thank you for the 12 months.
For a whole year of entertainment.
Oh, I'm glad.
Hope you had a great vacation.
Cy is the old man in Starfire. Yeah, I was very hesitant to say where I was going just in case. And I'm kind of glad I didn't. So for those of you who don't know, I went to Disney World with Hayden. Just because I haven't gone in a bit, and Hayden hadn't gone since they were a kid. And yeah, so, but yeah, we went to like different parks. It was really funny because we were planning to go to Animal Kingdom, and we didn't.
9 more to go. It's been so much.
And thank you for the 3 months. Tío Sayu kind of goes hard. Wait a minute, hold up. Yo soy el tío Sayu, ya tú sabes, bro. Anyway, so we were planning to go to Animal Kingdom, and then like the last day when we were supposed to go, we were like, oh, what will we do? And Hayden's like, what? I was like, what? I mean, why are we going? And they were like, well, I want to see Pandora. Just see it? Do you care for the rides? Not really. For those of you who don't know, Pandora is Avatar, like the blue people, you know? And I was like, so you don't want to ride the ride? No, I just want to see it. Okay. What about Mount Everest? Sure. Is there anything else? And we thought about it, and we're like, huh. So as we were walking out of like the hotel to go to the shuttle specifically for Magic Kingdom showed up, and we're like, yeah, let's go to Magic Kingdom. We don't need Animal Kingdom. So we didn't go to Animal Kingdom. We went to, hey, Yuri, thank you for the gifted sub to Stream Elements. We ended up going to Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and Magic Kingdom. We actually ended up going to Hollywood Studios like all 3 days because we had the park hopper, and it was just really cool. It's definitely my favorite of the ones in Orlando. Did you do the Tron ride? We did everything. We did the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride, which, yo, it's just way better Space Mountain. It's literally just way better Space Mountain. It was really cool. I will say this though. The first day we were there, so we not the first day, not day 0, but the first day we went to a park. I think it might have been like an off day for staff or something. But on my birthday, the way we started with Hollywood Studios because I really wanted to go, and I really like Rise of the Resistance. I think that is just a really cool experience and a really cool ride. And one thing I like about it is that everybody is in character, right? Everybody's like, resistance scum, like, you know, like the order is, you know, very, you know, like that, and the resistance is very like, we gotta get going, you know. They're actors, mind you. This has always been my experience with Disneyland. Disney World, well, and I had to think about it, and I'm like, oh, because in Disneyland, most of the employees want to be actors. Like, so they're putting their whole, like, you know, acting into it. Bro, let me tell you, we went to, so Rise of the Resistance is one of the best rides I've ever been on at like Disney or whatever. I do think Guardians beats it. Guardians of the Galaxy beats it. So if you do have the opportunity to go to Guardians, I recommend that. Also, Earth Tormentor, thank you for the 7 months. But we went on Rise of the Resistance, and the way this ride works is you go through these like caves, and then eventually you get to this little like section where they put you in a group with other people, and Ray talks to you, and Ray's like, you're part of the Resistance, and blah 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 blah. And then they open up these doors, and you go into a shuttle, which will transport you to the next part of the ride. And this shuttle is it's like Poe Dameron and, you know, like Akbar and like all this other stuff. And you're like, whoa. And then you get attacked by the Order and they kidnap you. And then the next thing you know, they open up the other doors and you're inside like an Order like battle station, you know, like one of their many Imperial, like, and it's such a dope, an amazing experience. It makes you think that you're in Star Wars, because when you open the door, there is like, yeah, Star Destroyer. There's like a legion, like there's just like a platoon of stormtroopers. A Poison, thank you for the 37 months. Hey, thank you.
Day is going well, and CyYu had a happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
That Terry's different songs you can get each time you ride the
did know.
ride?
I did. I'll get to that eventually. But yeah, so we were there. And yeah, this ride is crazy. And then they like take you into a jail cell, and then then the Resistance opens up this hole in the wall of your cell, and then the ride starts. And it's a great experience, and it really gets you in the mood, and it sets you up, and it's like, holy crap, I am in Star Wars. I didn't get that when I went to Hollywood Studios. This was one of the first things I did on my birthday. And bro, the experience kind of sucked. Bro, it broke my heart, and Hayden could tell because I gassed this ride up so much. So here's what happened. First off, the shuttle that takes you from one end to the other, broken, right? So we skipped the whole Ray thing. We skipped the whole getting kidnapped thing, and they just put us in the room with the stormtroopers. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're here. And the guys behind us, I'm not even kidding. The guys behind us are like talking, and they literally go, I don't even care about the setup. I just like the ride. And I was like, what are you talking about? This is one of the few times where the setup is part of the ride. Like, you need the setup to put you in the world. So we do the ride, and dude, the people, the staff, the Resistance, there was one guy that was acting his ass off. And I was like, thank God for this guy. And the other guys are like poking other staff members were making jokes. And then there was like, yeah, get in there. You're red, you're blue, you're orange. And we're like, okay. And then the other people who were in our group did not listen. And they were like, here? And I was like, bro, that's clearly orange. We're red. And it's like, here. And I'm like, no, you fucking there. And then literally they open up the wall, and the Resistance, right? The guy's like, all right, Resistance, come on, we gotta go. And me and Hayden are like, what? It's like, yep, what color are you? And that's right, you go in the back. And we're like, bro, my immersion. The staff just did. It was really sweet because one of the staff members, it's so normally when they help you escape, there's two of them, right? And the guy that opened the door was like, hey, how's it going? Like it's like Roger Craig Smith in regular show. It's like all day, every day, all day, every day. Like that's what it legitimately was. And but the girl, she was like, all right, Resistance, we gotta get you guys out of here. And we're like, oh, okay. And the ride happens, and you know, it goes well. Like, I mean, all right, cool. You know, we go about our merry way, and I was like, okay, cool. The ride was fun, but damn, that really felt half-assed, and Hayden could see that I was like, you know, upset. One of the rides that I actually did love, we ended up doing that Mickey Mouse, like, the one based on the animated cartoon, and it was so cool. It was so cool. I love how, like, the rides are getting creative about how the attractions are getting creative about like getting you to the ride, and it was really cool. I really like that one. But the guy that was like, hello and welcome to Goofy's Adventure. this dude was 1000% hungover. Like, bro, this dude was like, I literally saw it. He's like, and presenting Goofy's Adventure. Like, as we're going into the ride, he's like, yep, this way. And I could see him do one of the, like, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, okay. It was so goddamn funny. I was like, okay, all right. And the train of magic didn't stop there. Hayden, who had never seen the Indiana Jones show, right? We go and watch it. If you guys aren't aware, in Hollywood studios, they have the Indiana Jones like stunt show extravaganza, right? And it's just like giving you a behind the scenes, right? Not really. It's just showing like, hey, these are cool stunts from the Indiana Jones movie. And you know, it starts off with the rolling boulder and all this stuff, and they set it up, and then it's like, you know, then it's traversing through the town, and then the airplane scene. Like, that's what they do. We show up and they're like, hey guys, today's show is gonna be a little different. So we've been doing this show since you know, the 90s, and you know, today we've been having some technical issues with a certain part of the segment. If you may have noticed, normally we start in the boulder, you know, sequence, but we're not gonna be able to do that today. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you fucking kidding me? This was my birthday, and I was just like, man, my birthday's fucking scuffed. This is the, like, the wind in my sails was just like, bro, it was a rough time for me. Like, I was like, this is fine. This is just a staple of my 30s, I guess. So I was already like, man, all right, I guess. But yeah, no, eventually we ended up doing a bunch of other stuff. We ended up, you know, we did a bunch of other rides, and, you know, we stayed there like all night. It ended up coming around. We actually didn't watch Fantasmic. We ended up watching this new thing where it was like the animations, and they would like, they would change up some stuff with the theater they have now, which is their icon as opposed to the giant hat.
Happy belated birthday.
Hey, thank you for the 2 months, or the 23 months. Thank you, Chloe, and Sarah, thank you for the 2 months. Oh man, but yeah, like it was, yeah, it was just back-to-back things, and I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, we ended up doing a bunch of other stuff, and I ended up buying some things, and one thing I did that I normally didn't do, and I wasn't a fan of, I ended up taking a lot of pictures. Hayden and I had gotten the photo pass. Hey, anonymous, thank you for the 10 gifted. Hayden and I got the photo pass, so I was like, you know what, let's take pictures, because you know, I never do that, so we might as well. So we were taking pictures all over the place. Crazy enough, the thing that kind of turned the day around was Toy Story. So I had never done Toy Story Mania, and I did that, and it was so much fun. My arm destroyed, because we had to like pull the fucking this like lever thing, this like, and I was like, man, I'm trying to go for the high score over here. And I was like, hell yeah, I got 180,000 points. I'm so good at this game, was my, you know, my brain, right? Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, hell yeah, I did it so good. And I was trash. I was only like, I was like a cat in comparison to like points, and you had to get like 600,000 to be like a bear or some shit. And I'm like, what do you mean? My arm was gonna fall off. So, yeah, it was crazy. I was like, how the fuck? Point is, it was a lot of fun, and it actually brought it around. Toy Story Land was really cool. Then we ended up having dinner at this diner thing, and it was really cool getting to see some of the characters. I took pictures with like Minnie, Mickey, and all of them, and I was like, damn, it'd be really cool to voice like a character like this iconic that makes, because just seeing how the kids were reacting, I was like, oh, that's really sweet. You know, like maybe one day that'd be really cool. You know, I mean, the closest I have to that is Pokemon, right? So I was like, damn, you know, that's really sweet. Leading on to this, so when Hayden and I want to take a picture with Mickey, I have to say, this happened multiple times, and I can't believe it. And this is why I'm glad I didn't say I was at Disney World. I did slip once and say I was in Orlando, but people did in fact recognize me. Specifically, they recognized me because of Hayden. I'm not even kidding. So there was a moment, we were in line to take a picture with Mickey, and I'm talking with Hayden, and this girl kept looking at me, and I was like, oh, okay, hello. Like, I was like, hi. And she looked at my button, because I got one of those pins, right? And it said, happy birthday, right? And I was like, oh, and they pointed to it, and I was like, oh yeah, it's my birthday, thanks. You know, hey, thank you for the 16 months. And we're like, oh, cool. That was neat. I was like, that's sweet. After we took the picture with Mickey, we walked out, and it was this girl, and I believe her sister or friend, I can't remember. And we're walking, and they're like, excuse me. We're like, huh? They're like, are you Caillou? And I go, no fucking way. Yes, hi, hello. And they're like, yeah, we recognized you because of Hayden. And I was like, huh? And they're like, yeah, Hayden's so easily recognizable. And I was like, what are you talking about? It was crazy. But yeah, we took a picture. They wanted me to take a picture with like a little Jesus. Like they had like a little tiny miniature of Jesus or something. And they wanted me to take a picture. They never gave us their names. So we're just like, okay, sure, whatever. No, I haven't tried out the Pokemon TCG Pocket. Maybe I will one day, but. Hey, Izuka Snowy Films, thank you for the 17 months. To be fair, you kind of look like Jesus. No, it wasn't because of that. They just had, they were going around the park taking pictures of the area with Jesus on it. I don't know. It was just a meme they were doing, I guess. But it was like, it was just interesting, right? Also, this is way too intense for this story time right now, as much as I love this song. Now I would like to let you know, chat, that was not the last time I'd get recognized this weekend. So the next day, the first day, I did have a blast. And the first day I did have a blast. It was a bit of a rocky start. But the next day, we were going to Epcot. And I have to say, I fucking hate these virtual queues, bro. They are, God, bro, I had to wake up at 6:55 because I was like, I gotta get on the virtual queue to get on Guardians of the Galaxy. Bro, Hayden's like, and I'm over here like, let me just, yeah.
At this point, you're basically living your own Tiny Hawk's existential crisis.
Oh my God. Pitch Bowl, thank you for the 500 biddies. And I don't know because I don't know, thank you for the 2-1. Yes, because virtual queues are done for brand new rides. So they have it for Guardians of the Galaxy, Tiana's Bayou Adventure or whatever. And then I think it's something in Magic Kingdom. I can't remember. No, it was at Disney Springs, I think. Anyway, you either wake up, you either join the queue at 7 a.m. or at 1 p.m. Right? Like that's how that works.
To play Genius Invocation TCG with the fan.
Dude, it was literally like 9 p.m. Anyway, so I woke up and I did it. And the virtual queue was like, great, you're in group 81. And I was like, what does that mean? And they're like, it means you have 270 minutes before you can get on the ride. And I was like, all right, bet, then I'm going back to sleep. Like, it was crazy. I don't know because I don't know. Thank you for the gifted sub. But yeah, it was ridiculous. Like, I was like, yeah, sure, it's 7 a.m. I'm not going to get to the park anyway. I'm like, whatever, I'll go back to sleep. I woke up, it's 11 a.m. and I was like, hey, we should go to the park. And they're like, okay. So we go to the park. And we still have to wait like 2 hours or something for the ride. And I was like, okay, we can go around. And Epcot was jam-packed. My God. So this is how ill-informed we were. Epcot right now is going through the Food and Wine Festival. I always thought Epcot was like the least popular of the bunch, but I think it's I think it's Animal Kingdom, because look, out of Hollywood Studios, out of Magic Kingdom and Epcot, not gonna lie, that was like a convention. That thing was like a convention, dude. It was, bro, the most packed I had ever seen a park. And I was like, wow, this is great. But we got through Epcot, and it was a lot of fun. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, when we were at Hollywood Studios, obviously we went to the Muppet ride. We went on the Muppet show, you know, like Muppet 3D Vision. You think I wouldn't go to Muppet 3D Vision? You're insane. We did. Had a blast. So we went. So, Epcot. Super fun. We waited for Guardians, so then we tried out, there was like a new Moana experience or whatever, and it was cute. It was fine, you know. We did that. We, you know, we eventually got to go on Guardians. They started selling the Time Stone and like all the things that like the Infinity Stones are in, and I was like, whoa, that's really cool. I also bought this really cool Black Panther Infinity Gauntlet. Apparently they made one, and I bought one for my buddy Bill, because I know how much he likes Black Panther and Marvel. So I was like, oh, well, let me get him this, you know? So, and we shipped that, but that's like the whole thing. And it was really cool. And then we got, finally, they're like, Group 81. And I was like, finally. We went on the Guardians ride. And I was so nervous, chat. I am terrible with roller coasters. I am terrified. And I had like already eaten. I'm like, oh man, I'm scared I'm gonna throw up, because I don't know anything about this ride. And all I know is my cousin, who's obsessed with Disney World and goes like constantly, she was like, it's the best experience you'll ever have at Disney. And I was like, really? And I was like, I was talking about how I really like Rise of the Resistance. And she was like, nope, trust me. And I was like, okay, sure. So we go, and it's just way better Space Mountain. Like, everything about it is just way better Space Mountain. If you like Space Mountain even a little bit, and you're like, man, I wish there was something that made me go, just something, it's that. I'm not even kidding. Like, dude, it really is one of, if not the best rides that Disney has to date. And so, because the setup is like, you know, Xandar is like giving technology to Terrans, aka Earth. And they're like, we're giving you the ability to travel throughout the galaxy using these like wormholes and looping and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, great. And Terry Crews is there. Like, he's your host for the ride. And I was like, what? Rocket Raccoon clearly has a voice match. It's really funny. And no one else will care other than me, because I'm like, that's not Bradley Cooper. Like, I'm like, that ain't Rocket. It's a guy that kind of sounds like Rocket Raccoon, but it ain't Rocket Raccoon. Like, I was like, I literally, like, we're listening to like because it is an experience. And it's the thing that I missed out in Rise of the Resistance this time around. But they put you in this chamber, similar to Haunted Mansion, like an elevator type beat. And and there's like a celestial. It's so cool. And then you get on the ride, and it's not as bad as I thought, which is great. Because when my cousin is talking about the roller coaster, I was like, oh God, there's going to be flips. There's going to be loops. There's going to be, oh God. It wasn't that bad. A lot of turning, but it was so well done. So well done. And the craziest part is I was like, while we were waiting to get on the ride, they played Hooked on a Feeling. Hooked on a Feeling? No, wait, hold on. Yeah, no, Hooked on a Feeling. I had to think about it, make sure I was right. And I was like, man, I hope we get a good song. And literally, as we're on the ride, like, this is however you feel about this song, I don't care. Like, for me, it holds a special place in my heart for multiple reasons. But like, we're on the ride, and it's like, all right, ready. And then they send us flying, and then all I hear is, and I was like, wait a minute, is this? And chat, they played I Ran by Flock of Seagulls. And for me, I'm like, it's Knights of the Zodiac. Saint Seiya, baby! Bro, mind you, for Saint Seiya, it was Bowling for Soup that did the I Ran version, but I'm just like, this is awesome. Like, bro, literally everything I wanted from the day before I got with that ride. And I was like, hell yeah, dude, this is sick as fuck. Like, we're like turning, we're like zooming, and it's like, and all you hear is, and I ran so far, and I was like, couldn't get away. Bro, I had so much fun. And there's a picture that I haven't uploaded. I haven't uploaded any of the Disney pictures, but there's a picture of us on the ride, and my hair is insane. I look like the imaginary hair SpongeBob had when he was like saying, the half-slinging slasher! Like, you know when his eyebrows like go crazy, and like when Squidward's hair just goes crazy? Like, that's what my hair looked like. It was insanity. And it was awesome. But that ride, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. It was so much fun. It was a blast. It was a blast. And it kind of, you know, made everything really cool. And then we did a bunch of other stuff in Epcot. We ate some food. We did the Ratatouille ride, which for some reason it was like 90 minutes long. And bro, that ride, it was fun. I for some reason got way dizzier on that than any other ride I've ridden. And it was just bananas. But yeah, we didn't get to do too much because Hayden and I actually went back to Hollywood Studios. And the reason we did is because the night before, I was like, oh, apparently they're doing like a holiday thing. They're doing like a holiday thing at Hollywood Studios tomorrow. And Hayden's like, oh, for Christmas? And I was like, yeah, I know you don't vibe with Christmas like that, Hayden, but... And then, before I finished, Hayden goes, wait a minute, is that Kermit? And I was like, huh? So apparently, Hollywood Studios does this thing called Jollywood Nights. And one of the shows is Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy hosting a Christmas-like show. And I'm like, I bought them. And Hayden's like, what? Yeah, I bought them. We're going. And they're like, oh, okay. And I was like, look, I know you don't vibe with Christmas like that. And then I scrolled a little to the right, past the Kermit and Miss Piggy show, and I went, there is a Nightmare Before Christmas sing-along. And Hayden freaked the fuck out. Because they'd heard of it, and they wanted to see it. So I got my Kermit and Miss Piggy, while Hayden gets their Nightmare Before Christmas. So we left Epcot early on Saturday to go to Jollywood Nights. And man, that was an absolute blast. We rushed in there, got our seats, and I'm over here thinking like, man, I wonder how the puppeteering for Kermit and Miss Piggy's gonna be. I wonder if the guy's gonna have a good impression or whatever. And it's the actual voices of Kermit and Miss Piggy. Mind you, pre-recorded. But man, I gotta give such props to whoever puppeteered Kermit the Frog at Hollywood Studios that night. Because that person knew how to move as Kermit. Because it's one thing to just be like, oh yeah, I'm a puppet, you know, whatever. But like, hey, Haruka, thank you so much for the 18 months. Like, dude, the way he was moving as Kermit, I was like, that is actually how Kermit the Frog moves in the movies and in the show. Like, whoever is puppeteering Kermit in this show, phenomenal. Hey, Mickey Moon, thank you for the 7 months. Like, they must have practiced so much. They must have practiced so much because the movement, matching the pre-recorded audio of like Kermit and Miss Piggy, it was crazy. Dude, the smile on my goddamn face, it was bananas. And speaking of bananas, they had a shake. They had a milkshake chat. It was a Kermit the Frog and Fozzie Bear milkshake, and it was perfect for me. Hayden didn't like it. It was super sweet for Hayden. But for me, bro, it was matcha, banana, caramel. It was, oh, God, I should have gotten 2. But yeah, it was so goddamn good. It was so good.
Literally, the taste of victory was horrible, but figuratively,
nom 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 nom. But yeah, it was so much fun. We took so many pictures. We did the Nightmare Before Christmas, and it was a super fun show because it wasn't the traditional of like, oh yes, I'm Jack and I'm singing. Like, it was like these 2 guys that were like experiencing Nightmare Before Christmas through a television, and they were acting out stuff that happened in the movie. And then they actually had like this puppet of Jack Skellington, which was really cool and like shadow puppeteered. And then a guy dressed up as Oogie Boogie showed up on stage, and it was so much fun. And Hayden had a blast, and I had a blast. I was like, yeah, this was really cool. And then we ended up taking a picture with characters I didn't expect to see. So Max Goof is one thing, right? He was dressed up as Powerline, and we took a picture with Max Goof dressed up as Powerline. It was really cool. But the even crazier ones that I didn't think, which took us an hour to take a picture with, was Phineas and Ferb. We sat there for an hour trying to take a picture with Phineas and Ferb, and it was so worth it. Bro, these mascot costumes, haunting, by the way. Haunting. And that brings me to my next point. If Hayden ever goes, I'm not pretty, that's a goddamn lie. Because half the mascots we took pictures with were flirting with Hayden. Like Ferb, Mickey. I don't know what it is. And then Hayden's like, yeah, everyone's flirting with me. And I was like, I know. Because you're hot. And they're like, what? And I was like, you can never deny that. Literally, half these cartoon characters are flirting with you. If we took a picture with Darth Vader, I'm sure he would have choked me out. I really wanted to take a picture with Darth Vader, but we didn't. Ferb, that's tough competition. Hey, you're gonna have to hold that. It was crazy, dude. The craziest part was Mickey Mouse, by the way. This dude apparently was like holding Hayden's hands and then grabbed their hands and put them on mine. And then as he walked, This dude walked backwards, like he did the Cora thing where she puts her fingers, like her index and pinky on her eyes, and then does it to me. He did that shit to me, dude. Mickey fucking went like, I'm watching you, followed by a heart. Followed by a heart. All good things, but it was really goddamn funny. It was really funny. I was like, hey, yo. And that's when Hayden told me, it's like, I think he was flirting with me. And I was like, huh? What you mean by that? Hey, thank you for the 15 months, right? We're just talking about vacation stuff.
Crazy lol. Welcome back.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it.
Your birthday, bro.
I did enjoy it. But yeah. Mickey Lerv. Yeah. Hey, who knows? Maybe one day I'll voice Mickey. Chat, if I ever say I have to stop streaming and take down all of my videos and any sort of content, I've been cast as Mickey Mouse. I'm just letting you know that's what happened. If the day ever comes, which I doubt it will, but if the day comes where I get a phone call and like, we would like you to be Mickey Mouse, done. Don't you want to hear that? No. You'll have to take down your chat. Done. Because I don't think they would want. Because I don't think. Damn, he said fuck. Don't worry, Simba. I'll give you a severance package. How much you want? 50K? Mr. the Mouse. Bro, that's never gonna happen. Huh, what was that? Anyway, so yeah, that was Jollywood Nights was super fun. It was super fun. And here was the best part, because everybody was so focused on the holiday.
Shredding it on a board, bro.
Dude, so many people were so focused on all the holiday activities, like all the parties or whatever, and the drinks, that me and Hayden were like, so all the rides are like less than 10 minutes. And we went on the Millennium Falcon. I know it's Falcon, but I continue to say Falcon because of Harrison Ford. And it was terrifying. Bro, let me tell you, dude, there wasn't, the 10-minute wait was us getting up the stairs to the ride. And because no one was there, we're like, damn, this is kind of scary. I'm scared. And we got there and we got to be pilots, which was so cool. So cool. And I was like, yeah, this was so much fun. And yeah, I totally bought another lightsaber. But I bought it on Sunday. I didn't buy it on Saturday because we ended up buying stuff on Life Day. I didn't even know. It was really funny. Now, before I forget, before we go into Sunday, on Saturday, we were at Epcot, right? Before we went to Jollywood Nights, we were at Epcot. We wanted to buy some snacks at one point. It was like this like empanada thing. And I was like, ooh, that looks yummy. And I'm starving. So we went there. And this woman, she was like, what would you like? And we're like, oh, the empanada. And she looks at me, like squints. And she like puts in the order. She squints at me again. I was like, and she's like, do I know you? I was like, no, I don't think. And she goes, what's your name? I'm like, Alejandro. And she's like, do you voice act? And I was like, yeah. And she pulls out her leg. Do you voice act this guy? And it's a tattoo of Zhongli. And I'm like, ha, no, but I do voice in that one. Yeah, it was like by her, it was by like her ankle. And then she started freaking out a little bit, but internally. And yeah, thanks Sydney for not giving us free stuff is all I'm saying. Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, her name was Sydney. It was really funny. It was at Epcot. But yeah, I was like, oh, okay. And then I walked away after we got our food and I looked at Aiden and I'm like, I'm really glad I didn't say we were here. Strawberry K.
Love, see you, love, see you, love, see you, love.
Thank you for the 18 months. So on Sunday, so the day, I already talked about it briefly, but we were originally going to go to Animal Kingdom to go to Pandora and do Expedition Everest. And we're like, why are we going to do that? Because I woke up because we really wanted to do Tiana's Bayou, right? And I woke up at 7 and we missed it. And I had to reapply again at 11 or at 1 p.m., which I did for the virtual queue. And I was like, originally the plan was we'll go to Animal Kingdom, we'll go to Magic Kingdom, and then we'll go to Hollywood Studios to buy their lightsabers and whatever because Hayden wanted to buy a gift for a friend. And I was like, okay. So we go outside of the hotel, and the Magic Kingdom bus showed up, and we're like, you know what? We don't need to go to Animal Kingdom. So we just went to Magic Kingdom. And at Magic Kingdom, there was a bunch of stuff we didn't get to do. A bunch of stuff we hadn't done before. Like we did, what did we do? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. God. Obviously, we took pictures in front of the castle. We ended up doing Tiana's Bayou, which is really cool. We didn't do Space Mountain because we had already done Guardians and we're like, we don't need it. We ended up doing, whatchamacallit? We did Haunted Mansion, obviously. We did Tron because Hayden had never done Tron. And if you haven't done Tron, highly recommend. Super fun ride. We did that. We did Tiana's Bayou, which was so much fun. It was really cute. It was wholesome. And we did get wet. Hayden got worse. Hey, thank you for the 3 months. What else? Oh, we did the dwarfs, the 7 dwarfs mine train. And that was really cool. I'd never done it before. And Pirates of the Caribbean. And yeah, and then we ended up going to like Epcot because earlier in the day when we were getting food, like breakfast and stuff, when we got to Magic Kingdom, we met this couple. And I was like, excuse me, where did you get those shirts? And they were wearing these Muppet Labs shirts that I had never before seen. Turns out they were a Epcot exclusive to the Food and Wine Festival. So I was like, where'd you get them? And they're like, Epcot. And I was like, this weekend? This weekend. And I was like, bet. Hey, thank you for the 6 months. So we ended up, after Magic Kingdom, we made a detour to Epcot so that I could buy these shirts. And I did. I bought the shirts. We managed to find them. I was a little upset. I was going to be upset if I didn't find them. And then we ended up going to Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios to buy like lightsabers and stuff, which I bought the Kanan one from Star Wars Rebels because I just thought the hilt was really cool. But yeah. Yeah, that park hopper ticket got used. Yes, sir. Yes, it did. And I bought like 3 lightsaber stands because I guess they started selling them, which is really cool. The one annoying thing that kept happening to us throughout the parks, someone would either stand up or do something they weren't supposed to. And Ratatouille, someone stood up and they had to make an announcement in the middle of the ride. They cut the music, cut any audio, and went, "Please, sir, in row 3, sit down. You are not allowed to stand up. Please sit down. The ride will resume momentarily." And it just kept going. It happened multiple times. It happened in Ratatouille. It happened in Pirates of the Caribbean. It happened in the minecart ride, the dwarfs one. And it was a doodle of the selfie stick. And they literally, at the end of the ride, were like, "Sir, in row 3, put away the selfie stick." And I was like, damn, like that? I was like, that's crazy. And in every other ride, it would stop. Obviously in Haunted Mansion, that's a given, right? Because that happens in Haunted Mansion. But in every other ride, it would be like, Please, the ride will continue momentarily. Please remain in your seats. Keep your hands and feet inside the ride. And it'd be like that, you know? So, yeah. Yeah. They banned selfie sticks? I don't know, dude. But yeah, it was crazy because it happened multiple fucking times. It was crazy. Yeah. And, so yeah. I ended up getting my Muppet shirt. We ended up going to Hollywood Studios to buy your stuff. Apparently, they started selling the, not a Kylo Ren sword, but a sword, for Life Day, they introduced, like, a Wookiee lightsaber, the Knight of Ren lightsaber, and some other stuff. And I was like, damn. They also had this, like, box where it was, like, Vader's, like his history of lightsabers. And it's, like, Anakin going to Vader. And it's, like, Anakin's original lightsaber, then his, like, lightsaber in, like, episode 3, and then it's, like, the Darth Vader lightsaber. And I was like, that's really cool. So, yeah. I didn't get any of those. I got the Kanan one from Star Wars Rebels because I thought the hilt was really badass. But yeah, I do collect lightsabers. I just haven't been able to display them. But now I'm going to, thankfully, because I have Cal Kestis from Fallen Order. I have Kanan's. I have Qui-Gon's. I can't remember actually if it's Qui-Gon's or Luke's because Allegra gave me that one. I have to ask. And I also have Rey's because I just thought the hilt was really cool more than anything else. So yeah. You saw Ahsoka's show? Yeah, I saw the Ahsoka show. Yeah. They also had one of the High Order, based on Acolyte, which I haven't even seen. So, Cal's is the dopest. Yeah, it's a shame that they stopped selling some of them, but I guess it just depends because they were for a limited time, right? But yeah, so Hayden and I were tired. The High Republic, sorry. Pablo the Rook, thank you for the 38 months. Hayden and I were so tired. We were carrying around these giant bags of stuff. We went back to the hotel and our day was done. Now we were going to reward ourselves with some food from the hotel. We ended up staying at the resort because I've never done that and I wanted to do it for the one time, you know? Little Valentine, think of the 6 months. And as we were getting food, I was like, do I want a burger? Nah, you know, that bulgogi bowl looks kind of cool. And we ended up, I got a bulgogi and Hayden got a sesame chicken thing and we ended up sharing. And the guy that was serving us food, he was like, hey. It's like, yes, sir. Hey, has anyone ever told you you look like Taggy Films? And I was like, yeah, I'm him. Dead name. And in his defense, my hair's the longest it's ever been. Like, it legitimately is the longest it's ever been. So, I'm cutting some slack. My beard's pretty long right now. And I was like, yeah, it's because it's me. His name was Chris. He was really sweet. And he was like, oh my God. I'm kind of shaking right now. And I was like, oh, it's all good. And he's like, yeah, I've been a fan of you since your song covers. And, oh God. Yeah, I'm a real big fan of your old videos and your songs. And I was like, oh, well, thanks, man. He's like, is it okay if we get an autograph? And I was like, yeah, we can do a picture too. And he's like, oh, thanks. And yeah, and that was really sweet. We and that was at the resort we were staying in, dude. We were at the Art of Animation because I was like, oh, it'd be cool to, like, you know, just, you know, be around the, you know, the cartoon characters or whatever. And yeah, so that was literally my last day. And And Hayden and I are like, he did give us bigger portions. I will say. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, take notes, Sydney. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. But yeah. Yeah. That was a. I'm glad I didn't say it because where we were staying or where we were going, just because I mean, if I didn't say anything, I'm actually shocked that like it was every day, like once a day. We ended up encountering someone that knew us. It was really funny. So, but yeah, and then yesterday we came back, and dude, I was exhausted, and still kind of am, if I'm gonna be honest. But it was a good trip. Honestly, a good way to spend my 30th, because it had been a rough couple of days. Even during, I was dealing with something, and yeah, it was good. It was something I needed, and honestly kind of inspired me, because I really want to do, like, just being there at that park. I was like, man, I really want to do like more cartoons, and I just think it'd be really cool. I literally emailed my agent. I was like, hey, just letting you know, I really want to do more of this. And they're like, yeah, of course, absolutely, we'll keep you. I will hound people. And so yeah, damn, would have given you a Mickey bar for your birthday. Wait, do you work there? we actually ended up buying this like Mickey Mouse white chocolate cake, which, yes, no way, really, that's awesome. But yeah, I remember the whole time Hayden and I would keep doing impressions. I kept doing like a Mickey Mouse one while Hayden was trying a Minnie Mouse one, and I would be like, oh gosh, oh hey there, pal, it's me, Mickey Mouse. And I was like, I can work on it. I kept doing the Miska Muska Mickey Mouse. Hey Diana, thank you for the 21 months.
Lamount are because I would also freak out too if I met you IRL in the wild.
In the
I'd
wild.
also be afraid to assume you're you because I'm so bad at remembering faces that I would second guess myself. Glad you had a great birthday.
Well, funny enough, there was almost a fourth encounter. I heard my name in Epcot, and Hayden was like, I didn't hear anything. And I was like, okay. I heard like Alejandro, and I was like, surely not me. I'm in Florida. There's plenty of Alejandros around. There's no way.
Oh,
so
no.
we just kept going. And then on Twitter, apparently someone was like, yeah, I thought I saw you, but I didn't want to bug you. And I was like, huh, maybe I did hear someone say my name. Yeah, imagine Cy as king. Nah, Brett does a great job. If for whatever reason, like, Brett doesn't want to do it anymore, which I highly doubt. And I don't know, I feel like Disney is like super protective over Mickey, that if I'm gonna be honest, if I were to voice match anybody, I feel like my best bet is probably Timon from like oh yes, and Chris, absolutely, is Timon from Lion King. Pumbaa, not in front of the kids. Why, when he was a young warthog? I don't know, but yeah. Oh, it switched over to, it got out of my playlist. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it'd be cool. Because, like, it just really inspired me. Because I was like, damn. Like, I know, like, what it means to people. You know, like, even just kids. And I was like, oh, damn. Like, this really does inspire people. It inspires me. Like, and I'm an adult. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But yeah, it was a really cool birthday. And I had a lot of fun. And, you know. Yeah. So, but I'm glad to be back, because vacation mode was fun, but I'm also like, damn, I can't walk another day. I can't do this. So, and we also ate a lot of crap, so I'm hoping to not eat as much crap. You know what I mean? All right, chat. Well, that's all of my birthday stuff. Let me, real quick, make sure that's all closed. Not accidentally leak something. All that treadmill training failed you? Bro, I thought that treadmill training was I was on lock. Bro, it did fail me. 100%. 100%. It was crazy. All right, chat. So,